I didn't even have to say something in a refugee camp that I was at in the Middle East. I was working with about 80 people in this refugee camp, and when my interpreter introduced me and said that I was from the United States, I got a free diagnosis. One of the things I like about wolf-speaking people, they're very generous with their diagnoses. If you're around a wolf-speaking person, you never have to go to a psychiatrist to find out what's wrong with you. You'll always know. So all this person had to do was to hear my interpreter introduce me as from the United States, and one of the people jumped up and said, "Murderer!" Boy, was I glad I had this. Because if I had had these ears, oh boy, I probably wouldn't be here tonight. These ears, you see, if somebody says something like that to you, you got a couple of choices. You can put them on facing inward, and then you take what the other person says as a criticism, and you believe it, and you feel like poor protoplasm, poorly put together. More commonly known as depression, guilt, shame. Or if you put the ears on the other way, you get angry. And then I would have said, "You have no right to say that about me. That isn't fair. Who are you to say what I'm a murderer?" And some of us have been very well educated to wear these ears. We're ear-bedextrous. We can put these ears on both ways very fast, you see. So somebody can criticize us and we go, angry, guilty, depressed, angry, guilty, depressed, angry. These ears are distributed to the population by the makers of antidepressant medicine and by arms manufacturers and divorce attorneys, you see. Because when people have these ears on, there's going to be a lot of depression, a lot of violence, a lot of relationships are going to get broken. So I was very glad that I had remembered to take my giraffe ears with me that night. And with these ears, I was able to hear him singing a beautiful song. See, with these ears on, all you can hear is a divine song being sung by the other person. So what did I hear when I put those ears on? This is what the children at home are saying to you when they say, "No." This is what the other person is saying to you. This is what they're singing when they say, "The problem with you is," if you have giraffe ears on, here's what you hear going on inside that person. They're singing this song. See me beautiful, look for the best in me. That's what I really am, and all I want to be. It may take some time, it may be hard to find, but see me beautiful. See me beautiful each and every day. Could you take a chance? Could you find a way to see me shining through in everything I do and see me beautiful? So what did I hear with these ears on? What was beautiful? I heard his pain. I saw his needs. As I was walking into the refugee camp with my colleagues, we had to kick out of the way, out of the path, several empty tear gas grenades that had been fired in there the night before when they had a riot in this refugee camp. And on the side of it was written, "Made in USA." So it wasn't too hard to guess what he might be feeling, what his needs might be. But even if you guess wrong, when you are sincerely trying to connect with what another person is feeling and needing, that's very powerful. That tells people that you care about how they are. And when people trust that you care how they are, that's your objective, to connect at that level, not to win, not to punish. You have more power. So here's what I said to him when he screamed at me, "Murderer." I said, "Sir, are you furious because your need for support isn't being met by my country?" He was a little shocked to get somebody responding that way, because when people communicate that way, they usually expect the other person to either put the giraffe ears inward and get very apologetic, or to put them on this way and get into an argument. So he was shocked for a moment. And then he said, "You're darn right. We don't have housing. We don't have sewage. Why are you sending the weapons?" So, sir, you're saying that it is very painful when you have these basic needs that aren't getting met and you see weapons being sent. You're darn right. Do you know what it's like to live under these conditions? So, sir, you'd like some understanding for how painful it is to live in this way. About 40 minutes later, he invites me to a Ramadan dinner at his house. We now have a nonviolent communication school in that refugee camp. All the parents, all the teachers, all the students learn nonviolent communication. All because of this wonderful technology. Now, for